It is a return for the Medusa, the Gargoyle, and Mantis, as all three have been saved by the Ding Dong Keep It On bell and are now back to try and advance once again. Let's talk the Masked Singer. Hey guys, Dan here. This is Dan Reviews It. Welcome to my Masked Singer recap and reaction video. I took a week off last week because it wasn't, it was sort of a new episode, a new-ish episode, but the judges weren't even there. They gave us some new performances from the remaining contestants, but no really new clues. I only watched the first like 15 minutes and I was like, there's nothing really new here other than the singers are doing new songs that we haven't heard before. So I decided not to really do a video last week. Nobody was getting unmasked. But this week we are back with a brand new episode of new performances, new guesses, and 2 unmaskings. And these are the people that have been saved by the bell, the Ding Dong Keep It On bell. And that is the Medusa, Gargoyle, and Mantis. They all are back to perform one more time. Only one will advance now to next week's quarterfinals, and then I think that's probably about it. There's going to be next week, and then I think one show after that will be like the finals, and I think that's it, because there will only be, I guess, 4 singers next week. Whoever wins tonight, and then they will go up against the UFO, the Macaw, and who's the other one still in it? The California roll. Okay, so to guess about those, just to sort of recap what things I've said before, the California roll is pentatonics. That is like 100%. Macaw, I have switched on. I listened to what you guys said. My initial guess was Elijah Wood. Wasn't super confident about it, but Robin said it too, so I at least was in good company. But I believe that is David Archuleta. And then the UFO, who we met in the last new episode, my guess was Gigi Hadid. A lot of people online are saying Olivia Colpo. I've never heard of her. So for now, it probably is her. You know, there's been people I've not heard of before, but I'm going to stick with Gigi Hadid for now on the UFO. We'll see what the clues bring next week. I'm probably wrong. It is probably this Olivia Colpo person, but I don't know who that is. And so unless I like really know somebody is under the mask, I don't usually guess if it's somebody I've never heard of, you know, before this show. So, all right, let's get into tonight's show, though. But even before we do that, let me welcome you into Dan Reviews It. Hello, thank you for finding this video. We do Masked Singer wrap-ups every single week that there is a brand new episode. And on the off season, I do videos too. I do a ton of movie and TV stuff on the channel here, not just Masked Singer. So keep that in mind. Please consider subscribing down below, and you can check out all my cool videos that way. All right, so let's get started with the Medusa. She was originally saved by Nicole on New York Night. She won at least once, and then she was then beaten by the California roll. She says, we don't get too many clues in the packages that are new, but a few sort of drips and drabs here. So she said that she's always been trying to prove that she is worthy of people's time and energy. And at that point, we see the sun, who we'll remember was Leanne Rimes in a previous season. And then that's really all that was kind of new with her clue package. The song she did was Mercy by Shawn Mendes. And then her post-singing clue was the word alias. Immediately, Robin thought that meant the Jennifer Garner TV show Alias. But she said, to the world, I go by something completely different than my real name or what I'm known as here, Medusa. And so the guesses from the panel, these are all guesses that we've heard before. Lord, Susan Boyle, Ken is such an idiot, and Kesha. But I have been confident since probably the second time that we heard Medusa sing. I think this is UK singer Bishop Briggs. And I think there's a little bit of a clue in her saying, you know, I'm known here as Medusa. You know, at home I'm known as something else. And then, you know, my real name is different. So at home, you know, to me is reminding the audience, I'm not actually, you know, from the U.S. I am not very well known here in the U.S. I am much more known, in my home country. In her case, I think that's the UK, right? But to me, here's what's funny about this Bishop Briggs. I do think it's her. I'm sticking with that guess. Um, and from all the performances tonight, I would say she's probably the one moving forward. But I still think she sounds remarkably like Fergie. I don't think it's Fergie anymore. I did think that the first week from the vocals, but I still think she sounds remarkably like Fergie. But no, I think this is Bishop Briggs. All right, so up next was the Gargoyle, and Jenny saved him against the Squirrel. He said, I've never been on a stage like this, but I am used to performing in massive venues in front of millions. We see a gold bear, and then he says, I'm going to smash this performance. He's saying, DJ got us falling in love by Usher. And the clue was a coin with him on one side, Ken on the other side. I don't know if that has any significance or if they were just being funny, but the coin said pre-game on the bottom. And he said, music always gets me in the zone when I'm not listening to my own tracks. So they're thinking, okay, this is probably an athlete that also sings, might have had a couple of singles come out or something. So the guesses include Deshaun Jackson, and then a couple of actor guesses, not athletes, Michael B. Jordan and Anthony Mackie. I said this one originally when this person performed. And I thought maybe I was a nut job for thinking it because I don't know my sports. I really don't. I know very little about the athletes unless like they're big names, or if they're Philadelphia athletes, sometimes I'll know about them, just because that's basically where I am. Well, it's where my family is from and where my brothers are. So if there's sports related stuff, usually it's either like on the Michael Jordan level or Philly people. This guy I guessed, and I just kind of threw it out there, and you guys in the comments actually supported me on it, and I appreciate that. I didn't get any clues tonight that led me in this direction any further, but I think from the clues we've seen before with the charge card, LA Chargers, and a few of the other clues we got from that first week, I believe this is Keenan Allen. I can't believe that I even know who that is, but that has been my guess since day one, and I'm sticking with it. I do believe that after the Battle Royale, the Gargoyle will probably be going home because I think the Medusa is stronger vocally. And I'll be honest, we're going to get to the Mantis in a second. I actually thought Gargoyle would be going home first and the Battle Royale would be against Mantis and Medusa. I thought both of them gave great performances. And I will say Gargoyle, for what I think is an athlete, also gave a very good performance. All three of these people deserved to be saved, and they proved it tonight. I really cannot believe, if this is an athlete, if this is Keenan Allen or another athlete, I can't believe how strong they are as a vocal performer. So that was impressive and cool. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Gargoyle is the one that continues. But in any event, the Medusa and Gargoyle are moving on to the Battle Royale. Don't know yet who will be leaving from there. But the Mantis is the first one leaving us. I find that hard to believe because I thought he gave an amazing performance. I would have voted for him of the three. Robin saved him originally on the show, I guess against the UFO. He says, I am not known as a singer, but this is my daughter's favorite show. So we know he has at least one daughter, and that he's known for something other than singing primarily. He said, I've been outside the box my entire career. I don't fit the leading man model. We saw a secret agent tag at that point, like a badge. He said, I've never really been anybody's first choice. And then we saw a baseball diamond at that point. And the song he did was You Really Got Me from The Kinks, which is a wonderful song. And he really, I think he just killed it. I thought he did so well. And then the clue afterwards was Movie Maverick. They pulled out a sword and it said Movie Maverick on it. He said, I've had more movie credits than Ken, and I've won awards for my independent spirit. So there is the Independent Spirit Awards for, I think it's just for film. I don't think it's film and television, but it might be. But in any event, I think, this person makes sense. I originally had gone through sort of the list of people in my mind, and, what the judges' guesses were, which included like Kevin Bacon and Dennis Quaid. Vocally, I actually do think this sounds a lot like Dennis Quaid. This is like Bishop Briggs and Fergie all over again. I do think vocally it sounds like Dennis Quaid. But you guys in the comments reminded me of somebody, and I can't believe I forgot about this person. They had said in the original clue package weeks ago that he really got his claim to fame originally from playing a very famous person. And so Dennis Quaid, of course, Jerry Lee Lewis, so that makes sense. But one I forgot about, and it is an outstanding film, La Bamba, in which Lou Diamond Phillips plays the great Richie Valens. And that really was the thing that kicked his career off. And then he did, some movies after that. The Western, was he in Young Guns or Tombstone? I think it was Young Guns. I get them a little confused, but I think it was Young Guns. But then, of course, he did Stand and Deliver as well. He's been in a lot of movies over the years, and not necessarily known for his sense of humor, but he can be a funny guy. I've seen him on talk shows and stuff. And then at the end of this clue package, when we saw the baseball diamond, that did it for me, that this is Lou Diamond Phillips, I think, over Dennis Quaid. Now, Dennis Quaid has also been in baseball movies, so, it could be it's still Dennis Quaid, but they tend to do, name clues sometimes. Baseball diamond could stand for so many things. There's so many baseball movies out there, et cetera, et cetera. But Lou Diamond Phillips, I think that's a match here. And we know he can sing. As far as I remember, he did all of his own singing in La Bamba, so we know that he can sing. Personally, like I mentioned, this would have been the person I voted into the next round. Medusa was very good. Gargoyle was even very good. But this was my favorite performance of the night. I was a little shocked that he didn't even make it to the Battle Royale. But, the final guesses from the panel. I should give you those before we go to the Take It Off. Robin said Dennis Quaid. Jenny stuck with Kevin Bacon. Ken thinks it could be Brendan Fraser. Such a lie. And Steve Buscemi from Nicole. And I would say all of those people have been in more movies than Ken. So I think that... Ken's been in probably 20 or 25 movies over the years, between cameos and, and major supporting roles. But I think all of these people have probably been in more movies than Ken has. So let's go to the Take It Off. I do believe that you guys are right. It's Lou Diamond Phillips. I think we could get a Dennis Quaid upset here, but I'm with you. I'm going to say that this is probably Lou Diamond Phillips as well. And what a great performance of You Really Got Me, let's say. It is. Oh, it's Lou Diamond Phillips, and there's a picture of him from La Bamba. Everyone is stunned. Nobody knew it. Everyone's jaws are agape. He's known as a cool dude, Nobody knew it. Nobody. And thank you guys in the comments. I knew there was somebody, when I said Kevin Bacon last time, I knew there was somebody I was thinking of, or that I wasn't thinking of, that, Oh, does Robin know him personally?
I love Lou Diamond Phillips. When I was right at that, young boy age, two of my favorite movies were La Bamba. Yes. My God, that movie.
La Bamba is such a great movie. It was on Netflix for a while. I don't think it is anymore. Young Guns, okay. So it was Young Guns. Tombstone was what, Kurt Russell and Val Kilmer, maybe?
And admiring you so much. What an honor to have you here.
Thanks for saving me.
Oh, that's right. Robin was the one who saved him too. That's so funny. All right, Jenny and he acts on Blue Bloods with Donnie Wahlberg. I didn't know that. Okay, so there's where we got the TV cop clue from. Okay, well, there we go. All right, so we don't need to spend any more time with that. But Lou Diamond Phillips, cool dude. Now I want to watch La Bamba again. I don't think it's on Netflix anymore, but it was for a little bit. In any event, I didn't realize he was on Blue Bloods. I don't watch that show, but that's so funny that he acts then with Jenny's husband in that. All right, so let's get to the Battle Royale. It's going to be between Medusa and Gargoyle. Without hearing them perform yet, my guess would be Medusa, because I'm still shocked Medusa was even sent home originally, that she had to be saved by the ballot. What an incredible performer. She could actually win this whole season, I think, which would be cool if somebody won the season. Jenny had mentioned that too. But all right, so we'll get to the Battle Royale and then see who is left standing. Well, sure enough, it is the Medusa who will be sticking around and competing in the quarterfinals next week. The song that her and Gargoyle sang was Centuries by Fall Out Boy. That was an interesting choice because it doesn't necessarily go with either of their styles, which is maybe why it was chosen, to kind of mix it up a little bit. I will say, before we get into the Battle Royale, before they went to commercial on Lou Diamond Phillips, he did sing La Bamba for us, and that was awesome. That was really, really cool, I must say. I actually teared up a little bit just thinking about how much I love that movie. But all right, anyway, so the Gargoyle getting sent home, and the final guesses from the panel. Ken stuck with Anthony Mackie. He thought the I Love L.A. was for Louisiana, not Los Angeles. And we saw earlier, I didn't point it out, but in the clue package, we did see like a Captain Salute kind of thing. And so he was thinking, well, Anthony Mackie's the new Captain America, so that makes sense with that. And Jenny stuck with her Michael B. Jordan thing, thinking the charge card is not for the LA Chargers, but for credit card commercials, and the football clues leading to his Friday Night Lights work when that was a TV series. Nicole went with Marshawn Lynch, and Robin is on the same track I am, different person, but he picked someone from the Chargers I've not heard of, but he thought the captain signal was because he is the captain of the Chargers. He went with Joey Bosa, who, again, not familiar with. I believe that this is Keenan Allen. I said it from the first week. If it is, I mean, that'll be the first sports person I've certainly ever gotten right from the initial first guess. I've gotten a few right over the weeks with the clues, but if this is Keenan Allen, that will be very, very impressive for me. And thank you in the comments for letting me still go with that. I won't know if it is or not. They'll have to tell me. Okay, it's someone from the Los Angeles Chargers. It is Keenan Allen. Okay, wouldn't have known what he looked like. Robin said I was close. He was. Actually, he was close. All right. Well, they all know who he is, of course. They got the Charger part right.
You were close, Robin. Robin, you were close. The other Pro Bowl player from the Chargers is Keenan Allen. I have the other three.
Now. You need a record breaker, man.
You needed a record breaker.
Yeah, he did say that he broke a bunch of records.
Clearly, superstar athlete.
Yeah, he's clearly a superstar athlete if I know
Was it
him.
one of your secret talents? Please tell me about this vocal career.
Growing up, always been in choir. Mama made me sing.
Okay, that makes sense, because he was a great performer. He said his mom had him be in the choir when he was a kid. So.
Came to the stage, and I'm just telling y'all, it's way more nervous than being on a football field. I'm just letting y'all know.
Well, yeah, showing more nerves on this show than a football field makes sense because he's used to playing football. You know, singing is not his thing. But all right, hey, Keenan Allen. I cannot believe I was right on that. I should go back and watch my video from earlier in the season where I was just like, I don't really think it's him. I barely know football. All right, well, that's a good one in my corner. All right, so now we have the four left. I've already said who I think is under those masks, and I guess we'll get to that next week for the quarterfinals, and then I think the finals would be after that. I mean, they're not going to... I guess maybe they could drop one and then bring it down to 3 the next week and then bring it down to the final. I don't know. That seems a little bit strenuous. That seems like a long, prolonged thing, but it is The Masked Singer. They love the sort of prolonged stuff. So, all right. Anyway, thank you for watching. We'll see you next week for another Masked Singer wrap-up. Bye.